Hi everyone, it's Giselle with a message for today, and I just wanted to talk about the energies and dream information that I've received over the past couple of days because they've been quite significant and all over the place. And based on the readings that I've done for people over the weekend and the past few days, I can confirm that more people, not just me, but quite a few people are experiencing these kind of messages being confirmed to them. So one of my clients has been getting very vivid dreams about people constantly invading their personal space, showing up at their house and even in their room, which is not the most pleasant if you feel your privacy is being invaded, and usually not by people that they would prefer to have in their life. And also a few of my clients have discovered things about their journey and the person that they feel is their beloved, things that aren't as pleasant, but a lot of these are just to reaffirm to them what they want and for them to be more clear about what they want. And yes, it's not nice to have things happening that you'd prefer not to see, but it's to push you. Are you going to continue on your path, or are you just going to say, you know what, I give up, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm quitting at this point? And I feel that we are all being pushed to do this energetically, whether we see tangible evidence or not, or whether it's just a feeling of, do you know what, should I just give up or should I continue on? Also, I've been telling a ton of my clients, don't go on Facebook or whatever social medias, because a lot of that can and will trigger so much within you. And some people say, well, I need to know regardless, but then they see things that push them even more to look at their situation. And some of them, it works where they feel, okay, I need to be more clear about my manifestations and I need to be 100% sure of what I want, and others just want to run for the hills and never look back. I don't feel that Facebook and other social medias is the best thing on this journey, because the physical plane is not all it seems. And I've seen that in many, many instances, not just for myself, but for the people I read for as well. It just muddles the waters and makes things even more difficult, It adds even more difficulties that really... This journey is hard enough to navigate on the spiritual plane alone. If you're going to add 3D things into the mix, it's just going to be extremely difficult and unpleasant for you. But to each their own. I'm not going to stop you from doing these things. I'm just saying out of experience what is the best thing to do and what is not. But of course, everyone is on their own personal journey. If you feel that you still need to go and look these things up, then, that's... You do what is best for you. I wanted to share a few dreams of mine, because I don't really want to delve into too much of my clients' information in case it is something very personal to them, and I haven't specifically asked if I could use this information, so I'm not going to. But I know with me, I've dreamt of 3 very specific people that I've shared some time with, some very short times, others very long, when it comes to relationships in this life. And they all shared things about themselves that they weren't too happy with. Things that they regretted and why they would have preferred to have me in their life instead of whatever circumstances that they're having now or had at the time. These dreams did not include my beloved, by the way. They were just people who I've shared significant relationships with, and they were all showing me parts of their relationships that just weren't pleasant, or just basically confirming to me that the 3D, the physical plane, is not as it seems. They are putting up an act, putting up this whole facade of, oh, look how happy I am, but look at what really is going on. And with all three of them, I was seeing how very unbalanced their life really is, and how unhappy they are in their current situations. And it is to confirm that even with our beloveds, things aren't always as they seem on the 3D. But when I did dream of my beloved, and this was the night before last, I think, he did show to me that things are shifting spiritually. And this is for so many of us. Even if the physical plane activities don't completely align with what we're being shown on the spiritual plane, we must have faith on the spiritual, that things are being put in place to help us. And I have this very strong knowing, because I've been hearing it and sensing it and getting it in meditation coming through. Divine intervention is something that is very available and likely to happen for us. Because I've had divine intervention for myself, and why couldn't it happen for people's beloveds as well, you know? Some people just get too stuck in the thought of, you know what, this is never going to change. They're always going to be the same. But if that was the case, then why are you still holding on? So divine intervention is very much a thing, and it's something that I have faith in for every one of us who wants to reunite and reconnect and have this beautiful experience on the physical plane with the love of our lives. I've also noticed that a lot of people who have taken on this role as a spiritual teacher or someone who does readings for people here, particularly on YouTube, a lot of them seem to be jumping off the journey, and where they presented themselves as so confident and sure and knew exactly what they were talking about, claiming things like, you know, I can get you into the union, or I can do this and that for you, and now suddenly going, oh, I can make you not come into union anymore because it's no longer necessary. And it's so crazy because they go from one extreme to another and trying to get the people on board with them. I guess it's a way of making your decision more valid and to kind of justify it and say, look, I'm not alone in this. But whatever's right for everyone will be different. This is why I'm never going to say to somebody, oh, after this healing, you're going to come into union. You know, I mean, yes, they can help shift you very much, but I'm not going to be claiming to be able to create anything like that, because there's layers and layers upon layers of stuff that need to happen, and one healing isn't going to. It might, but I'm not saying that it will. In a lot of cases I've seen, it helps to peel off the layers, but it won't suddenly snap your fingers and change everything overnight. I never really thought that could happen. Well, through people claiming that. I know that when you give up your resistance to the divine and to the universe, that things will shift, but through a person claiming that, I don't buy it myself, to be fair. So it is discouraging for people to see stuff like that, like, oh, I've been following you for months and suddenly you're quitting everything. What is this all about? And yeah, a lot of people get frustrated and then decide to quit as well, but I'm still here to support whoever is called on this journey and who still feels that this is for them. And I want to say that things are shifting because these dreams are making things more clear for me. and definitely showing me that things are not as they seem on the physical plane. So if you would like to connect with me, all my details are in the description. I have promotions still ongoing on my special offers page, but the 3 for 2s on readings and healings are reserved for times like the full and new moon cycle, so do keep an eye out. You can sign up to my mailing list if you wanted as well to be notified of when my offers are available. And just a quick notification, my prices will be slightly changing in July. They'll be going up slightly, not by too much, but if you want to take advantage of my current rates and promotions, then you are more than welcome to book in advance and use them at a later date. I thank you all so very much for watching and have a beautiful day. Namaste.